Good day, class. Today we'll be looking at the topic collage. Our last topic was mosaic, and I told you mosaic represents one of the means of expression. Now today we'll be looking at collage, which also represents another means of expression. Now collage is an art technique which is used to create a work of art by cutting, arranging, and pasting materials of different kinds, colors, shapes, and sizes on a flat surface. Now, let me show you some examples. Now, this is what we are talking about. Right here, I have a collage of a bed. And if you look at the definition I just gave you, cutting, arranging, and pasting materials of different kinds, colors, and shape. Cutting, arranging, and pasting materials of different types and shapes. Now, here is another one. This is also of a collage of a bed. And you can see the different colors. So cutting, arranging, and pasting of different colors of newspapers. It could be magazines. I also have yet another one. Now this is different, unlike the one I just showed you. So it is an art technique which is used by an artist to express himself. Now, if you want to execute a very good collage, what are the materials we need to work with? I guess you can, from the pictures I showed you already, you will know the materials we use. We need a gum. So here, as number one, we have glue. So we can call it glue, we can call it gum, we can call it adhesive. We also need a scissors. Now, to cut our magazines into tiny bits, we need our scissors. If you don't have a scissors, you can use the cutting knife. You can use a cutting knife. A cutting knife. Also, we make use of pencil or pen. Now, a pencil and a pen is used to draw the initial objects. Also, we have various kinds of papers. Here we have different kinds of papers. If you look at the back, you will know that hear the sound. That tells you that it's a very strong paper. So this is what we refer to as a straw board. Now, it's thicker and stronger than this ordinary cardboard. So we have various kinds of papers. Also, we can use hardboard to serve as the base, like plyboard. It will make our work very solid. Now you might think or begin to wonder, what are the uses of mosaic? What do we use them for? When we produce these artworks, what can we do with them? Well, we have uses of collage on the board. They are used for house decoration. Now, showing you these examples, you can see that this can be used to decorate our houses. Now, this same medium of expression, which I refer to as collage, can also be used to produce different kinds of artworks to meet different purposes. So I can do or produce the portrait of a man using cut pieces of paper to make such a portrait. And when I do that, I've been able to successfully paint a human figure using cut pieces of paper. So they are used for house decoration. They are used for picture hangings on our walls. And they are also used in the beautification of public places. If you look closely at some houses, you will see that collage has been used as a means to decorate such houses. Now, let's quickly go to how we can produce this. If I want to produce this, what do I need to do? I have outlined them in an easy to follow format here. And so using the materials we have listed here, the very first point you need, or the very first point is to draw the object. So when you get your materials ready, all these materials I've just listed for you, get them ready. The first thing you do is to pick your pencil and draw the object you want to work on. If you are working on the portrait of a man, you draw the man. If you are working on a cup, if you want to make the collage of a cup, the first thing you need to do is to draw your object. Now, step 2. After drawing, what do you need to do? Pick up your magazines, your newspapers, depending on whichever one you've decided to use. Cut them into small bits and separate each color from another, because our color combination goes a long way in beautifying our artwork. And when we finish the whole process, it gives solidity. When we are able to arrange them beautifully, it gives solidity to our artwork. So you cut the magazines or newspaper into small bits, separating each color from one another. So after cutting, you now go to step 3. This is where you pick up your gum. Apply gum on a small section of your drawn object. So here I have my cup. Now, why we say the reason why you apply gum on a small section of the work is because you are going to work from one point to the other. So let's call this point A, and let's call this point B. Now, applying gum from the tip of this cup to this very part. Now, the reason why you will not apply gum on everything is because before you get towards the end, the gum you applied here would have been dried up. So you apply gum on a small section, and then you place your piece of papers on them, arranging them beautifully, taking note of your color combination. So after you finish with this bit, you take yet another part. That is what step 4 says. So you repeat step 3 until every area of the object is being covered creatively with your paper. So we have 1 here, we have 2 here, this is the next step. So when you apply gum here and you also cover it with your papers, you go to the 3rd part. Apply your gum carefully, following the outline of the drawn object, and you also place your papers carefully and beautifully on it. And when you are done with that, the last step is very simple. You simply need to allow your work to dry. Make sure your papers fit in exactly into the object you have drawn. If you look at this, for example, now you will see that this apple, the placing of our papers fell within the apple. None of these papers is coming out, and so it is beautifully done. The same thing we have here also. So when you allow your work to dry, the finishing is very simple. All you need to do is frame your work to make it look presentable, to make it look beautiful. Now, I know you can practice this at home, and it's always very good for you to practice at home. The materials you need are materials you can get all around you. These are ordinary papers that you can try to work with. And when you do, you can bring it along when we resume. And I'll be glad to see the work you have done and the progress you have made. Thank you. See you in the next class.